It's a great pleasure and an honor to be here with you today, and a great privilege to be involved in a country that I have respected, that is Israel, for several years. Visited only recently, but uh, have always looked at this as a country of opportunity for India and Israel to work together in the field of agriculture, in engineering, in medical research, um, in tactical equipment, and then the list is never ending because there's something in the genes of the people of Israel that make them very creative. Um, of course, we have a little funny twist because every time you go to Israel, you come back with more cards, business cards, than you ever thought would be possible. And each giver of each card has told you that everybody else in the field except him uh, are really the the real technologists, etc. So after a while, this becomes a sort of jovial item of conversation. But seriously, uh, Israel has shown that it can produce agricultural products with little water, that it can effectively undertake manufacturing or R&D at a very low cost. But Israel has a very high cost environment to manufacture. And this is where I think India and Israel can come together with the creativity of Israel in many areas and a low cost manufacture of those items in India to export to the world. Uh, it is in that light that I say that I feel honored and privileged to be here today uh, to receive a uh, award from the Federation. And I would like to uh, project and forecast that in the years ahead, India and Israel will come much closer together in the development and the production and growth of various disciplines, the various entities as we move forward. Uh, I don't have a long speech or great words of wisdom. I have a sense of comfort in being in this environment. I also think it but fair that I salute the recent agreement that has been made between the Arab countries and Israel. And this is the start of what I hope will bring peace to the Middle East as we go forward. Um, with those words, I'd like to stop and to say that I share with you the enthusiasm and the prospect of a peaceful Middle East driven by the creativity that Israel has, created by uh, the low-cost manufacturing that India could provide, and create a new center for achievement in this part of the world. Israel has, of course, shown itself as being heavily involved in the movie industry, in the music industry, in electronics, in you name it, many of the new technologies, biochemistry, etc., are run or created by Israelis. And I just wish the Israeli people and the Indian people much that they can do together and to make this a major achievement in the years to go forward. Thank you very much for the honor you have bestowed on me, and I wish you all well. Thank you again.
Mr. Tata, if I may just have your few words of inspiration and your feedback on the IFIICC initiative, I would really appreciate that.
I was saying there's not much I can add to what has been said today. The union of coming together, the countries in the Middle East and Israel, is a real step forward in a peaceful future, and a future that has enormous potential. I think having this federation of associations between these countries is a great thing. It should perhaps have happened many years ago. All of us who have warm feelings about what can happen in our part of the world would welcome this. And I salute you for what you have brought together in this period of time. Thank you.
Sir Ratan Tata is personally, a great example for sustainability because he's always stood by people and planet and coexistence of people and planet, which is a harsh reality that we are facing today in this world. And while even the most recent example would be during the pandemic, where the Tata Group really stood by its people and also by its community at large, while the planet reclaimed its position and left displaced the ones who were only focused on profits. So there's absolutely no title or no award, in my view, that would do justice to the legacy of Sir Ratan Tata, whom I humbly and greatly respect. And it's his sheer humility that he is honoring the award itself by accepting it. So thank you, Sir Ratan Tata, for accepting this award. We are really, really grateful to you, both as Indians and Israelis and every world citizen out there, for your contribution, for your legacy, and for everything that you're doing today, you've done, and that you will continue doing in the future.